What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news that I did for the previous week in one single video on every single Monday. And this week, I say it every week and it seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. More Galaxy S11 news and rumors and everything. So if you're into that, you're going to actually love this week. Just a programming reminder for probably the next week or two. I think it would be probably the next 2 weeks. The next Monday and the Monday after that, I'll actually be in Connecticut for Christmas, spending that holidays out there. So enjoy this week's episode. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to be in my video where I ask you to send me a 3D scan that you made with your Galaxy Note phone, send that over to me at gregglestv@gmail.com. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get into the news. First story of the day, and the only story of the day, is some real life or supposed real life photos of the Samsung Galaxy S11. Now the tweet comes from Ice Universe, who says Galaxy S11 in a leak-proof case, and very blurry photos, so not much we can do about that. And also, even when you zoom in, it's even worse, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see that, at least from the photo on the right, you can see that the camera bump does protrude a good amount from the back of the phone. It looks like it's supposedly 1.1 millimeters away from the phone that it protrudes. So it does protrude. I think with a good sized case on there, though, I think you'll be completely fine. So that it won't, rock the phone when it's laying on the surface of the table. And then besides just seeing the camera on the back there and the top and the edges, the quality of the photo is just so bad, but it's still like, we're definitely getting into the days where we're gonna even see this phone fully out. I would even expect to see this phone out in the next maybe week or two in terms of like the full body. It's seriously, we will. I mean, there should be no doubt about that. We're gonna end up seeing even more of this phone over the next couple of weeks here, leading into the new year for sure. And then besides just being able to see the phone over the next few weeks to a month, we're gonna know even more about the specs and the features and everything, even probably before this phone comes out, just like we do every year. So make sure you're stuck to the channel, guys. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about Google Fi. Google Fi is Google's cell phone carrier. It integrates with like T-Mobile and Sprint, and I think it's US Cellular as well. Like, so it'll switch between the carriers, whoever has the strongest signal where you are. It's kind of a cool little technology that they have, but it ends up being its own carrier. But anyways, they're giving a free gift to their customers. So what you would do is open up the Google Fi app and look at the very top. You should see something, if you're gonna get this free gift, just say get your free Nest Mini, which is now the name of the Google Home Mini. And it says happy holidays and thanks for being part of the Fi family. Be sure to redeem your gift by December 31st while supplies last. And it should be the second generation of the Nest Mini, which has a better speaker and a mounting mechanism at the bottom. So pretty cool little free gift if you're a customer of Google Fi. Next up, if you have the Galaxy Note 10 and you're on the Android One UI 2.0 Android 10 beta, their newest update is officially out. Now, we've spoken about this update before, but I'll just show you because this is for US users. There's bug modifications where it fixed the issue of cutting time when setting mobile clock and always on display, exception issue when pressing image attachment menu in S Note. And you can see just a bunch of fixes if you have the Android One 2.0 beta for the Note 10, which is nice. They pushed this out fairly quick as well. And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy S11, the regular version, not the S11e, not the S11 Plus, the one in the middle, which is due to have a 6.7-inch display. So even though it's the middle version, it's very close in size to the S11 Plus, which is 6.9 inches, and it looks like we have the battery confirmation size for it. Previously, the rumors were 4,300 milliamps. Well, it looks like we have reason to be happy because it looks like it's going to be 4,500 milliamps, slightly larger than we previously thought. And overall, it looks like this is confirmed at this point because this is an actual photo of the battery for that phone. Also, something to keep in mind is this is the breakdown for the three phones in general. The S11e, which is due to have like a 6.3 or 6.4 inch display, will have a 3,800 to 3,900 milliamp battery. The S11, which we just spoke about, has a 4,500 milliamp battery, and the S11 Plus, which we've talked about last week, should have a 5,000 milliamp battery. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy S11 in South Korea and the processor they use. So usually they use the Exynos processor in the Galaxy phones over there. Looks like it's going to change this year. This tweet comes from Ice Universe saying this may sound like good news for Korean friends. Samsung has determined to use the Snapdragon 865 processor in the Galaxy S11 series in South Korea. Now, if they end up doing this, this could mean a whole hell of a lot for the rest of the world as well. It might mean that they don't use the Exynos barely anywhere else or anywhere else. It could be the Snapdragon 865 all throughout the world. And again, that could be a good thing because the Snapdragon 865 does have, or is quoted to have, better performance it did last year. It might have even the year before that as well. I just know it's been a better processor the last couple of years here at this point. So overall, good news. Next up, if you have the Galaxy Note 10, as you know, the Beta 4 just arrived in the USA the other day, which was yesterday. It looks like Beta 5 is out right now, at least in India, and it brings with it a bunch of bug fixes again. So it fixes the camera memory leakage problem. FC occurs when switching to landscape mode during subscription calendar setting. Some Android process applications are continuously down. So just a bunch of stuff that it fixes here. And this update is already out in some countries. Check your software updates. It doesn't look like it's out in America just yet, but you never know. Just keep checking for updates. And the last story of the day is the launch of the Samsung Galaxy S11. I mean, I say this all the time, dude. We are literally getting a news story or rumor about this at least every day of the week at this point. It's awesome. I love it. And this comes from Ice Universe. It looks like Samsung Electronics is tentatively launching the Galaxy S11 series and clamshell foldable phones in San Francisco on February 18th, 2020. That is a Tuesday, and it fits in line with what they usually do. They usually do it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so it might end up falling into February 19th. So probably February 18th, he's saying, but again, don't be surprised if it falls into February 19th. That is along the same lines as what they did last year with this event. The big things in here, the big takeaways, if you look at it, is obviously the date, February 18th, but then the foldable phones as well. So it looks like they're gonna release a foldable phone with this phone as well. I think that's pretty crazy. It looks like the Note line might be kept intact at that point, because the other rumor going around was that they were gonna release the foldable phone towards the end of the year in place of the Galaxy Note phone. So if you love having the Note phone separate, you might be completely fine and happy with that, and happy that it's not gonna integrate into the S11 phone. It doesn't look like, at this point anyway, from some of the rumors we're seeing, because there's not really much talk about it, that it will integrate with the S11 phone and turn into the Galaxy One. Let's get into the tech news. Both stories I have today are about the Samsung Galaxy S11, and it comes from Max Weinbeck, who's works for XDA, and he leaks stuff out because he figures stuff out through like uncoding apps and things like that. So let's check out what he found out. The first tweet says there will be 4 new live focus filters, likely for the S7 specifically. They are Side Light, Artify, Vintage, and Mono. Now, live focus is when it blurs out the background or adds something to the background and puts you in focus. That's what he's talking about. So I have to look. Side light, I have no idea what side light could mean. As for Artify, I'm assuming that's gonna make it look like a painting of some sort. You know, you'll look like the painting, or the background will look like the painting, like with paint. The Vintage, obviously that's gonna look old, and then Mono will kind of look black and white. So kind of cool that they're adding these 4 new features to the live focus. I don't know if it's for video or photo or both. And the last story of the day, also about the Galaxy S11, also from Max Weinbach. The tweet says the S11 will come with a video pro mode. He breaks down the strings and where he found it in there, that it will show that. Pro mode is a feature that's been on the phone for a while, but it's only been for photos, and it looks like they're gonna add this for video now, so you'll have complete control over all the features that you wanted, rather than it just being automatic. So this is kind of cool that they're giving you this much control with their new camera app, especially for video. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is Xbox has officially announced and shown off their new Xbox console, the next generation console that'll come out holiday 2020. And here it is. It's called the Xbox Series X. It looks like a personal computer, definitely. And it looks fairly big too at that. It's interesting to see the design on this. It looks like they did redesign the controller ever so slightly. It's a little, you call it more of a refinement than an actual like revolution, or more like an evolution, I should say, on there. But yeah, Xbox Series X, a little bit the name doesn't flow. They said its industrial design enables it to deliver 4 times the processing power of the Xbox One X in the most quiet and efficient way. So 4 times more powerful than that Xbox One X, meaning it will manifest as a world-class visuals in 4K 60 frames per second with the possibility of up to 120 frames per second, including 8K capability. But I mean, real life stuff, it's probably going to be a lot of the time 4K 30. I mean, there'll be some games that are 4K 60, but don't be too surprised if there's games that are less than that. They did not announce a price or anything else beyond what we talked about today, really. But yeah, more of this stuff will come out over time. Price-wise, if I had to guess, though, it's probably going to be at least $400. I wouldn't be surprised if it was $500, though. Next up, AT&T's low-band 5G has officially launched. Low-band 5G is not going to be those speeds that you've seen that are like 2 gigabits per second. These are going to be probably in that 100 to 200 megabits per second, which LTE can hit and has hit on these networks. But you shouldn't see anything too crazy. And the cities that it has launched in as of today is Indianapolis, Birmingham, Alabama, Los Angeles, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Providence, Rochester, San Diego, which is where I live, San Francisco, and San Jose. So if you have a 5G phone and you're on AT&T, try these out. Let us know the speeds that you're getting. And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. If you live in Germany, because it's only out in Germany so far, and you were on the beta, well, you can now officially download the stable version of Android 10, also known as One UI 2.0, for your Galaxy Note 10. And it's not that big of an update either. It's only 144 megs, and it's available right now as long as you're in Germany and you're on the beta. As for other countries, this is probably, there's one more beta that should hit America, beta 5. It'll probably hit, I would guess, next week, if it hasn't already hit for you right now. And then after that, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks before the official Android One UI 2.0 launches, which will most likely, for America anyway, push you into next year, January 2020 most likely, when you can actually download it for your phone. Before we get into the tech news, a little reminder, I want you guys to send me your 3D scans with your Galaxy phone. You can email it to me at gregglestv@gmail.com. I have like, I think 5 so far. I'm trying to make a video out like the best 3D scans that you have, so send that over to me immediately. I'm gonna make this video for you guys. Anyways, let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Galaxy Tab S6. There is a new update that was just pushed out. It is the December security patch. You might not have it just yet because it is rolling out, but it is the December security patch, and it looks like it's about a 400 meg update. And all you gotta do is go into your settings and then software updates to check for this update. Not totally sure if it brings any new enhancements or features. It definitely brings the security side up to patch with December's updates, but as for like other features and things like that, I'm not positive. And if you do get this update, let us know in the comments down below what update and what features you saw changed. And the last story of the day is the OnePlus 7 Pro is going on a huge sale right now. It's literally $500 on OnePlus's website. I have it linked down below. And as you can see, you can also get the one with the slightly higher specs, a little bit more RAM, a little bit more storage, or double the storage for $549. So both of these are really good deals for a flagship phone specced out here. It's, you know, you're getting, as you see, 8 gigs of RAM or 256 storage, or 6 gigs of RAM, 128 storage, and that's UFS 3.0 storage, super fast storage, Snapdragon 855. Amazing phone, seriously. If you want a budget premium phone, this is the one to get. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is a deal, and they are on the Sony WF-1000 XM3s. These are truly wireless earbuds, and they're competitors to AirPods and Galaxy Buds and stuff like that. They're on sale right now for $198 on Amazon, both colors, black and the white color. And you can pick them up right now. They are in stock and they're supposed to be really, I've never heard them to be honest with you, but they're supposed to sound really good with really good noise cancellation. And also, just to keep in mind, they're not sweat proof, but they'll probably be found with a little bit of sweat in case you do sweat a lot. But yeah, they're supposed to be really good sounding, and at $198, it's not a bad price at all. Next up, if you have the OnePlus 7T, which is their newest released smartphone, they pushed out a update recently today that looks like it gives you improved launching speed of some apps, optimized the RAM management, optimized the black and white screen issues with some apps, improved system stability with general bug fixes, updated Android security patch to November of 2019, and improved the photo quality of the camera. So actually it's a fairly nice little upgrade. So if you have this phone, go into your system updates and check for this update. And the last story of the day comes out to be a tweet from Ice Universe about what else? The S11 Plus. It says the S11 Plus, 108 megapixel, 9:1, 12 megapixel, 2.4. And what this breaks down, and I'm not a camera expert, so you can always fill in the blanks if you'd like to, but I guess it means that the 108 megapixel main sensor will have a 9:1 pixel binding, resulting in 12 megapixel pictures with 2.4 or whatever that is, size pixels, which I guess breaks down to meaning that, even more of a breakdown, that 9 pixels has significantly higher noise, but that the one larger pixel will bind everything together to make the photos look really good.